We've got a lot of new updates on our ideas board. And we got another member joining now. So every day at 11 a.m. Pacific, you can join us this on this Zoom line. Although we will be changing that to another program, but we'll be keeping the live video chat and presentation stuff. Suffix, welcome. Oh, you don't think they can hear us when Mark, can you hear us? Can you confirm in chat that you can hear what we're saying? Suffix, can you confirm that audio is coming through? We're just looking for an audio check or at least confirmation in the chat that you guys are connected correctly. If not, you guys should. All right, asking to unmute. In any event, we just want to keep going because we're recording this as well. And so let's just, for the sake of keeping to our timeline, we just want to make sure that this weekly Wednesday, we are sticking to our high level agenda, which is we have interviews with different team members about progress internally. We have presentations if we have any today, and some mock-ups and UI UX for member review and consideration. We'll be layering on some additional sections such as kind of a data review, KPI results of how we're doing on progress-wise, and some Q&A, different topics that come up that would be helpful to discuss, as well as ideas portal, backlog grooming, which means the items that have been submitted and or we need to update the status on, as they may have already been incorporated into the progress made on the new platform services. We're also going to be going over roadmap results in terms of our progress report, and then any accountabilities that we have on quarterly priorities. So that's the high level. And we got a number of people on the call that have definitely been hard at work. I know Stanley has been hard at work on staying on top of our SSLs and making sure everybody's websites are secure. Matthew has a number of key user experience initiatives that are feeding our engineering pipeline. And those user experiences are nice because we can show them to you in advance and give feedback. Still waiting on confirmation that we have audio from anybody that's not actually or part of CrystalCommerce. But in any event, that's why we're recording it. David may have some updates that I know have been made to the Exchange theme, which probably would be good to review just for cross-training purposes. And I know, Jesse, you were just testing out some new affiliate-related features internally, and that might be something worth sharing as well for anyone wanting to receive more direct referred sales to their website, and then cost for those referred sales is at 5% in addition to the CrystalCommerce 2.5, and that 5% goes directly to the referring source, the affiliate involved in referring you a click and a subsequent transaction that you have shipped out. So we're making it nice and easy, and we've got a lot of interest on both sides to try to drive one of our key metrics, which is orders per day and frequency of repurchase, as well as uh, the uh, size of each transaction. We want to pay attention to those three key metrics. And I know Edmund has his hand in like 15 different projects, so he probably has a couple updates that he could give as well. And these are just things to, you know, me creating more transparency and kind of collaboration. Welcome. We've got Richard joining. Yeah, I think everyone internally can hear, but I have not seen any confirmation that
one of the guys said he can hear us. He just doesn't have a mic.
Doesn't have a mic. Okay,
right now
that.
or something. But yeah, I think I think everyone can hear us, and I think we're good. Just chat is like a backup if someone can't speak.
Right. Yeah, that sounds great.
Do we want to?
I'm going to be sharing my screen.
Oh, cool.
And then all right. So we have a number of items that are still in our review queue. 21 have been promoted into planned features. 3 have been shipped, and this is also within a specific period of time. I think this is just December. Or no, this goes back. Great. So we'll be promoting more of these in our 11 o'clock daily. That's one of the things that we're going to do on a regular basis as part of our backlog grooming. And we're also going to be showing off some of the public analytics that we have about industry data from our analytics data that we're tracking in terms of like what's selling well. This is stuff that would from time to time be interesting to be tracking trends as we improve some of the conversion funnel as well and create better reporting that will actually be even better reporting than analytics because that doesn't include any of the in-store transactions. So we'll have a more so we'll have a different way of showing even richer data than you can see here, which will be great. We have a number of projects that are progressing really well, and so I won't dive into too much detail into that right now, but there's a huge amount of work happening concurrently on different wins for the basically the strategic platform infrastructure roadmap, which is how we get to front-end features. So if we want something to be working more effectively or to have something new, we're able to see that the underlying infrastructure is taking place. So that will power those capabilities in the future. And that's what we're planning on. And that's what's being engineered right now, which is great, moving things into more of a domain-driven development so that the code can be functionally organized and kept nice and simple and clean and not have any kind of commingled or unintended consequences that slow down development. So this will improve quality, improve understandability, and reduce the onboarding time for new engineers. as this gets more clear how the whole platform works together, as opposed to, our legacy system, which was, what got us here. We're very grateful for, but we want to design an even more elegant long-term solution that kind of designs out a lot of the problems of today, and that's will be great for everybody. Also capturing a lot of the value that will be there in a new architecture. So, but that's progressing well, and we have a number of really talented people working on that project. In addition to our core team, Jesse is here, so I want to maybe I'll turn it over to Jesse real quick for a bit of an overview of how's it going and what are you working on?
Yeah, it's going good. Working on Product Finder. So for everyone who was here a couple of weeks ago, nothing's changed as far as how everything looks. It's just that everything should be working now. Do you want to share your screen, Dan? Would it be worth maybe just going over the functionality again, or at least maybe taking a look at like the admin section?
Absolutely.
I still have.
Okay, so from within the account, we're expanding account and into preferences, and we go to our store preferences. And right here, we're seeing a little tab called Product Finder, and it has 4 choices. These enable our goal of more orders per day by giving more visibility to our inventory and getting more direct visitors and referred customers that you get customer data for and are actually visiting your website and placing orders. So the options at the top are enabling Product Finder for only things that you're out of stock on. So one of the key initiatives that we have is to reduce the number of out of stock item landing pages that we serve to consumers. And we want to make sure that we can show an always in stock type of experience where we're not disappointing them and just sending them over to Amazon. A lot of these stores in our network, I think, could get a lot more sales by collaborating together. Together, everybody has everything in stock, and you guys could make a lot of additional sales. And this will also work really well for an affiliate that doesn't have any products in stock, which would be the second option. So forcing all Product Finder for all the products, regardless
it
of
might be worth
in or out of stock.
Probably a good way to explain this, if you don't mind me jumping in. These top 3 options are all relevant to referrals that you're going to be given. The bottom option is relevant to referrals that you're going to be receiving. Now, the top 2 are a toggle. You can either do one or the other, or neither. So you can either refer sales for products that you're out of stock on. You can refer sales for any product, or you can just turn it off altogether, in which case you won't be giving any referrals. Now, if it's turned off altogether, then that third option is irrelevant. So that only comes into play if you have one of the top 2 selected. In other words, if you're going to be giving some referrals, if you check that third one, that means that you're going to be charging 5% for your referral. Now, for most people, that's going to be, kind of the main purpose of giving a referral is that you're going to get something in return. There's some, stores with other situations where they might be.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah. So for the fourth option, this is if you're going to be receiving referrals. If you select that option, that means that you're going to be willing to pay the 5% referral fee, in which case you will receive referrals from anyone who has opted in. If you have that fourth option unselected, you will only receive referrals from stores that aren't charging the 5% referral fee. So that's how those options work.
An example of someone that wouldn't charge a referral fee would be like the manufacturer or publisher who would use this as a product locator instead of just a store locator, and allows them to refer more sales to you from the fan base. And they would love to do that. The more they sell, the more they make, and the more you make, and the more happy fans there are finding local stores with products in stock. So there will be people that will do both. And if you opt in here to show, um, to opt yourself into paying the 5%, you do also get the 0% referrals at 0%. So that's important to note.
We should also probably mention at this point that there is a theme update required for most customers, probably all the customers in the chat today. So if that's something you want to enable on your site and you want to go ahead and enable one of those top two options in your admin, reach out to one of us, reach out to someone, especially in the design department, and we'll just need to update your theme in order to activate that functionality. And yeah, this is what this is what the results will look like for any product.
One thing that's interesting to point out here is that these are all geolocated. So because we're here in Western Washington, I'm seeing search results for products that are near me. But if I shared this on social media, everyone around the world is going to actually see personalized results that show the most convenient locations to know about near you, and also be able to locate the product.
Yeah, that's one of the improvements we made just this week. Was doing a better job of finding the stores that were just closest. And they show in order of proximity. So that's a handy feature. Yeah, so then on these results, on that visit in the far right column, that's a link. It'll take you to the store that you're giving the referral to, and it should take you to the page for that particular product. And that's it. And so then at this point, the customer has left your website and is now at the referee's website, and they go ahead and finish up the transaction on that website, and then we use tracking to attribute that sale to the referrer, and then make calculations during the weekly billing to credit or debit the referral fee on the weekly invoice.
Which means if you happen to be referring clicks that turn into shopping carts, which would include more than just the initial item, so if they clicked through and then bought 10 other things, you would get a commission on that entire cart, which is twice as much as the CrystalCommerce fee. So in some cases, some of our stores may find that they're earning a significant amount that could offset a significant amount of fees that CrystalCommerce charges for orders, right? And so we're just trying to make it so that that's a possibility. Fewer out of stock landing pages. In the future, the Ally Network agreement will make it more private labelable, and it would be less like showing other people's stores, and you could kind of private label it and have one checkout that does go to other people, and they do kind of drop ship for you. But it's more of a stay on your page type of experience. And you can mark up different categories and charge different profit margins and things like that. So it's nice just always being in stock and always satisfying all the demand that you can in the network. So that's good. This is also another way to like expand into another industry or another facet of the game and hobby industry by, like, say you didn't carry board games, but now you could carry board games and provide, um, referred sales to other local game stores, as opposed to the fan disappointed looking for board games but goes to Amazon. So that would be an example. Um, yeah, and being able to have all the stuff at your fingertips is going to be very nice. Having all of the fans and content producers um, with their own brand and theme, uh, and things they want to specialize in, I think we'll create a whole number of different referral sources. So if we have lots of affiliates that are all trying to refer you sales, and we're surfacing the inventory that's nearest to the click, uh, kind of trying to provide as much value and local discovery, and just rain down as many referred healthy game sales as we can. The whole make it rain referred sales, get more people involved in being able to drive referred sales. um, we can obviously keep connecting more inventory into more channels that are that are big and already exist, and we can also add more to um, provide more value to people in the market. Well, it's live right now. It's we have just been testing out the payout side, making sure that all of that works really well. I'm on exchange.crystalcommerce.com right now. Right now, this is set up to show everybody. Like it has the option set to with no extra fee, right? So you would see that it's a referred Crystal Commerce order with the Crystal Commerce um, network logo, right? The little crystal. You would see that in your orders page. So even if it was 0%. But yeah, we recommend everybody go into their admins and set up opt-in to 5%. It's very fair to get that amount of referred sales and data, and people, you would just automatically show up on any affiliate who launches. And there's a number of people that are launching. So that would be a great way to just all opt in and show up onto those that do need to earn an income from referring sales. But this would also work really well, like I said, for any publisher or anybody else that doesn't need to earn that commission. Um, yeah, it requires a theme update to our most modern front end to use this version. And so we recommend everybody do that in general, just because it's really it's a really good shopping experience. We're getting a lot of good conversions from the new technology. And then in the future, we're working on a program called Builder, which I will hope that Matt has a way to show us a little more of that today, where it's editable and you don't have to do design requests, where we're putting the power and the tools and the flexibility and customization into you and your team's hands. So you don't have to submit a small design request or feel like, you're getting like nickel and dimed for getting updates to your site. Because we're not in the business of charging for design, really. I mean, we've tried to do that over the years to just kind of, offset a little bit of the costs of doing that. But overall, it's not what we're after. We're really trying to help you guys build really powerful brands to your local community, or if your community internationally in some cases, um, and help you build a profitable business that you love to own. And that's what we're doing. And we want to have more people have small businesses that help the local community find what they're looking for. And yeah, have fun, play more games, right? So yeah, Matthew wants to reiterate that. Okay, so enough out of me. Let's turn this over. Thank you, Jesse. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover You can kind of see this is one view of how it could look. You can also do the grid view and then find the stores. Like, this is such a cool experience to like locate, because like nobody has all of these in stock. Like, it's crazy. There's so many dice. And shout out to Chessex. Love Chessex dice.
Yeah, that's all I got, Dan. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Jesse, for all your hard work on this. It really unleashes kind of a lot of opportunity. And I think there's a lot of people that need economic opportunity, and there's a lot of stores that would love to get like an avalanche of referred sales, and making, obviously, the total referred thing would be 7.5%, 2.5%. CrystalCommerce already is making, so no additional costs from us, and then just 5% goes directly to the referring affiliate, whether that's another store that's always in stock, or it's a marketing affiliate or an influencer that wants to help build their brand and help their community access and help local game stores. So very cool. And this can obviously expand into all kinds of other stuff. We're experimenting with like, what is the local bakery going to look like for local baked goods? These baked goods have a sellout risk. Anyway, fun stuff, experimenting with growing the capabilities of our catalog. Sorry about that. Okay. Who would like to go next?
Yeah, I can go. It's Matthew here. So welcome, everyone. I can just speak to the thing that Dan was mentioning regarding the site builder. So actually, I think it was either a week or two or something 3 weeks ago. We actually presented all of the stuff that we have for that. So we did the demo video showing the site builder prototypes and all the stuff of how it would work. So all of that was presented. I don't have anything further on that because I've been on another project, because I'm kind of, I switch every so often to other things so that we can make progress on everything and then keep feeding that to the engineers so that projects aren't blocked. So currently I have nothing else for site builder. However, what I do have is something that I've been working on for the past week or so. I will share my screen. This will be, it won't be a prototype. It'll be basically, it's in Figma, which is a prototyping software, but I don't have multiple screens that can click through just yet because I'm in the beginning phases. Let me share my screen here. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, Dan, can you enable screen sharing, please? Thank you.
You're all set.
Cool, thanks. All right, here we go. So just to give you a little info, this is pretty early on in the design. Can you guys see the mock-up right here? You guys see my screen?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, cool. Excuse me. So I will try to give kind of a general overview of this. Basically, in previous meetings on the Wednesday, I showed some stuff that we're updating some of the inventory management, like the product types and the categories. This is a sort of an alternate view of the inventory products. So currently we have the advanced search in the inventory products area of your admin that allows you to then manage products. This will just be another optional kind of interface that will allow you to do that on a one-by-one basis. So you could review like an entire category one by one and go through things. This is actually going to be, there's going to be two versions of this. They're mostly going to be the same layout. Everything's going to be very similar, but one mode will be the inventory management mode that I just talked about. The other mode will be what you're seeing right now, which is actually what's called a purchase history review. This would be in the case, let's say in the future, a fan or really any member, honestly, that signs up, they may go purchase things from various stores on the CrystalCommerce network. Those purchases would be associated with their account, and they would be able to review all of those purchased items and then add them to their inventory / collection, whatever you want to call it. So let's say I went and bought a bunch of stuff, or let's say what's that?
with cost of goods data. This actually capture purchase orders.
Yeah, exactly. It has, yeah. So let's say that I'm reviewing my purchase history. So I come in here, it'll show me all of the stuff. I can, so there's tabs right here. This is purchase history. This would be the inventory products. This tab right here would be take you to that experience. Then there's a couple other tabs that we put in there so that you'll be able to manage or look at easily and quickly the stuff that you're selling, the stuff that you're buying, etc. And then this data right here would be a summary of like each tab as you click it would change to be a summary of that tab. And then this allows you to navigate quickly within the product types, categories, etc. So as you're reviewing stuff, you can just jump to those quickly and then you can skip and so forth. There'd be some helpful market prices data here and offers and things like that. This switch here ties into the new method of managing inventory, which lets you turn on and off products and categories and things, as opposed to having to import them and do all kinds of stuff. And like, if you wanted to turn it off now, you have to put quantity 0 and so forth. But yeah, there's like a new way of doing that here. But as I said, this one is an example of the purchase history review. So in this case, you've got your variants for this product. And the things that are highlighted in yellow are basically the things you've purchased. And then in this case, the one below it, it's the same variant, but this is my existing inventory in my collection. And then this is the one that I purchased. So I can add that to it. So if I just was on here and I said add to my inventory, this one would go to here. This would become 4. And that would be that. But in this case, this example on the bottom, this is one where I don't have that variant. Like, I mean, I didn't change this in the mockup. It's supposed to be a different variant, but let's say I don't have that variant and I purchased it, then I can set the reserve quantity, optimum quantity, and all that right here. Whereas here I can't because I have it existing. And so it uses those settings, but I could always go back to that and change it. So then there's also options here for keeping private, sharing publicly, which we'll have to look a little bit more into. And then of course, sell it. If you click sell it, you will get a little price field that you can enter what you want to sell it as. And you're also able to add a variant here. So if you know you bought something, maybe it wasn't even in the CrystalCommerce network, it was from wherever, you could add that variant to this product. And then you would be able to set your price paid and the date and all of that stuff for that variant. So that's mostly it. There's a few other various features on here, but I'm working on it now. So I'll be prototyping these so that you'll visually be able to see me walking through user flows of like, okay, I wanted to do this, or I go to the next product, all that good stuff. So this is where I'm at from the past week or so of working on this. This what started as an old design from years ago, but we're bringing it, we brought it back and I updated it so it's much more modern, clean, and also noticed from the past one that there were a number of features that we kind of needed to add in so that it's you're able to complete the things that you need to be able to complete in this experience. So that's what I have for you today.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Of course. So I'm not sure if anyone had, I'll have to check I'm looking in the chat just now. If anyone has any questions or comments. Able to update with a CSV. So I think so. Yeah. Dan can speak to that. We're still going to support CSV uploads, right, Dan, for inventory management? Pretty sure we are.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of as long as it's like CSV requires exact match. So as long as it exact matches, I know that we're planning on, I believe we're planning on supporting that. So,
yeah, I think I heard Wen mentioning something about it, but yeah, so like, yeah, I think so. And as I said, there will still be access to the other current like interfaces that you are used to in your admin for managing inventory, even the view where you, like I said, you search and then you get the list of all of the different products and you manage them all on that one screen, that kind of thing. All that's still available. And yeah, I think the CSV and stuff should still be supported. We can confirm with Wen. Any other questions, comments, feedback on that or that design that I was showing, or features? Okay, I will take that as a no. So whoever wants to go next. Oh, when will this occur? That is a great question. I would not feel comfortable telling an exact time frame because
this goes into development as soon as the user experience is complete.
Right.
So this is something that will happen after some other things happen. So this is part of our process, is to surface the user experience early, and as we roll out more, and you can kind of follow along with some of our other videos and see other facets of Crystal Commerce, we are able to kind of help you experience the whole system that we're building more completely. And this is what you just saw is one part of the workflow for onboarding and for processing new inventory updates that you're making, other orders that you're making in the network. So this was a next year thing. So in terms of like a timeline, it would be happening next year. How early in the year depends on how well we can continue to keep operations stable and continue to invest in the future development of the roadmap. So that's what we're doing. We're investing heavily in the roadmap, and it's great. I mean, we're nothing like investing in the future of an awesome experience. So helping multiple people connect together and create, network effect. Help a lot of people win. That's going to be, it's already amazing. So that is when that is going to happen. We're just going to be continuously doing our development, and so things are continuously happening, and this is just part of that process. It's occurring now. And we'll be ready for engineers to pick up and implement soon, which then in the larger context of our roadmap will have a number of things in our staging environment for testing as our next step. And then we have our phased transition to enable all those in the production environment and with live data. Does anybody have anything else that they wanted to share or go over?
Looks like we have a question about if we're adding more sales channels. I think there was something that, Dan, that you were looking at, something
Sales
local.
channels is, relative. Being always in stock and allowing anybody to be always in stock allows anybody to be a sales channel. So how about infinity new sales channels? Everyone to their own abilities. Like, we've helped a lot of people connect to Crystal Commerce, and they have done a pretty darn good job of referring sales. So we're adding more inventory to existing sales channels, as well as integrating with other platforms, right? Like Card Trader or Macari. Yeah, I mean, all those can work with the APIs that we have available. So we're trying to make sure we keep everything that's we've got cooking going well, as well as create scalable solutions for anybody to refer a sale to you if you are willing to pay their fees. So obviously go in and set 5%, because that's a pretty great rate, and a lot of people will be able to refer you sales for that price. You'll also want to then opt into these other folks who all have sort of different pricing models, right? So to each their own. We're just trying to be able to help people connect their inventory to multiple places that they want to be present at the same time. as well as creating huge opportunities for the industry itself to unite and protect and grow local game stores. And they all want to. So now that we have the final piece of payouts in place, there's kind of a huge number of people that can be invited to join their and make their own exchange. So that's a powerful opportunity. The ones you're talking about are other established, other established marketplaces. There's like a long list of those who are working on some kind of an integration. Yeah, or they're actually launching an exchange of some kind. So yeah, in answer to your question, yes, there's a lot being done to drive more orders per day because that's one of our core metrics. But we also want your profitability per order per day to be also not like 0 or negative. It's actually really important to us that the small businesses in our network all are doing well. And that does involve building a brand and getting your name out there and being able to satisfy the demand that hits your website, which is hard to do if you have to have purchased it in advance of selling it. So if you have to tie up all your cash to hold, 10,000 different products, hoping that the buyers on your site are actually, that's what they're looking for. That's a challenge, right? And a lot of other places have overcome that by not having to own all the inventory that they're able to sell on their website. That's been an advantage that they've had. So we want to make sure that we're lowering that cost to being always in stock. Helps build a brand, makes the customer more happy to just stick with the relationships that they already have. So your existing customers would get more value because you'd be able to be a way. In some cases, some people will want to keep their sites just in stuff they have in stock, and that's great. We just want to help drive more sales to them as well. They don't have to show other people's inventory on their branded site unless that brand was intended for that, or they're like somebody on social media that would make a lot of sense for them to have one of these, or even multiple of them targeting different niche markets. There's no limits really to how many of them you can have. So any other questions? Got a few other people from CrystalCommerce on the call. So if you maybe we need to institute a rule that like if you join, you have to talk.
I was going to ask,
Yeah.
if the stuff in AHA where they, members and anyone can put ideas in there, were we going to actually specifically review those in this meeting? Because I thought that was one of the ideas, or are we moving that to the normal 11 a.m.
For the sake of time on this one, we do that every day in the 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if you want to be involved in the backlog grooming process, you're welcome to jump on to the 11 o'clock, as well as bring on any questions or comments you have, and we can help you then. Every day we have live member support where we go as above and beyond as we can and get shit done and help members accomplish things they're trying to accomplish and or add new good ideas onto the roadmap. So looking forward to seeing more people at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on our live chat. And right now it's Zoom, but I think actually, Jesse, there's one idea I had to make it a clickable link from within the admin to launch whatever type of video service we wanted to do, because then we could prompt people, I think, a little more effectively, as well as people who don't know what Zoom link it is, or if we were to change it to a different one, etc.
That's certainly a possibility. It would just be a question of
sort of like an enhancement of the notification system.
Right. Yeah. So there's the search and intercom. You were thinking of doing it separately from intercom, though, right?
Yeah, I was going to have it actually in the experience of the application.
So in the basically in the member admin on the dashboard and or elsewhere, like in the, I think there's a side
Kinda
menu
like
too that's
wherever-
like explore CC and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Like we could put it pretty much everywhere. And in the new dashboard that I'll eventually be designing, that'll be a nice big
Think
thing
of
on
it-
there too.
Yeah, think of it like a session level overlay,
Okay. Yeah. Sounds great.
because it's like, hey, you're being notified. I don't care what part of the application you're in, you know. And it can be dismissed, but these are things that would be helpful to a lot of people to jump onto. So let's see. David, why don't you show us a couple recent site updates that you've done for folks? It's
Yeah,
always
sure
nice to see
thing. Just let me do a screen share really fast. Okay. So yeah, like a few CrystalCommerce people have said before, we strongly encourage members to update their websites to the newer themes to get all the features with Product Finder and also all the other exciting stuff we're working on. Also, the theme upgrade does come with a colorization, which is another reason to upgrade. So that way each member will have a more personalized version of their site. Here are some examples of one recent colorization for a member. Pretty much just making everything match their logo and their branding. We think that having a strong branding will also contribute to just, more sales if customers have a good idea of the store's identity. So this is one for Kryptonite Collectibles, and this is another one for Black Powder Game Store. So Dan, I'm wondering, should I also talk a little bit about what we have in mind for Google AdSense?
That would be, yeah. I mean, we're going to be allowing, more sort of ad locations that we can help serve on your local site, whether it's like if it's an affiliate, they might serve like a different kind of ad than if it's on your actual website. You could serve an ad for your own products. So there's kind of two levels to understand about the ad manager capabilities for the ad network that we're creating. But yeah, go ahead and similar. It's kind of like an extension of Banner Manager.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a
with,
managed. It's just a managed service, though. It's not something that it's something that we would be receiving assets if you had custom assets, or it would be part of. We would create assets for you.
yeah. Yeah, so about what we have in mind with Google Ad Manager, you've like already noticed that a lot of our websites have banner locations all throughout the site, like on the top, in the middle, and on the sides. And right now, these are located in the banner manager. So it's something that you actually have to just manually upload and tag on your own to have it appear. And this is the admin, the banner manager in the admin. And these would be all the banners for this specific site. However, with Google Ad Manager, we're thinking about creating a more powerful and automated experience and personalized experience for seeing banners on each on a member's website. If you have a Google account and you opt in say like these locations, the banners would be dynamic based on what the customer has has like searched in either Google or through a member site. So for instance, if you've been searching for Pokemon all the time, Google Banner Ad Manager would know that you're a Pokemon fan, and all of these banners would switch out to Pokemon. And we think that with a customized experience like that, it would help drive up sales if customers are repeatedly seeing things that they're interested in. And in the Google Ad Manager, instead of just like a few dozen of banners you have to upload into Banner Manager here, it would be like hundreds and hundreds of banners that we already have put in that would show up based on user search results. And I think that's it for me.
Yeah, and obviously, if you're a store, we would never have the click leave your store. So we would also be able to do product level ads for things that are, you know, in stock and take them to your product level page. It's just another way of surfacing inventory and creating different, you know, even advanced searches that can be landing pages, which could have a banner that could be clicked on, and creating more options for buyers to engage and convert, because more orders per day, right? Locations that you had put in there, or is that so? I see the one at the top.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I was saying, were there other interior ad spaces that had been added, or is that still one of the active to-dos?
That's still one of the actives to do.
Okay, great. But yeah, thank you very much. Let's see. I think that's it. Any other questions or comments for today? We're gonna do this every week. This is our weekly Wednesday. It's like our time to have a little retrospective and review of what our progress is in our roadmap. So then with that, I will say we'll see you next week, and we'll have some more. Check out the historic videos that we've been producing recently, and we'll just keep making content and getting, I think, some more, like I said, collaboration sessions around different topics. So that'll be something that we can circulate later, is sort of like a calendar of like people want to talk about different subjects, and they can meet on a focused meeting that goes over that area of the roadmap. And that means that we are getting the feedback we need about the different subjects that people really care about and have an interest in. And we can kind of tighten down the roadmap in that way. So I think we should look for that to happen next week. And we'll have a number of different times that different members can join, and we'll send out a communication about this. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday.
Thanks, everyone. See you next
Thanks,
time.
everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Best wishes for the new year.
Yes, absolutely. Have a fantastic new year. And this is
Well,
just
guys.
part of our work to make it a fantastic new year. It doesn't happen on accident. So we want to make sure that everyone working with us is being set up to be successful in the new year, based on us staying super focused this year. Good thing we've been able to have all the room to just keep our heads down. All right.
Okay, later, guys.
Talk to you later.